Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? See right quick. Can y'all hear me now? Hear me now? Hear me now? I guess the setting reverted back to his old self for some reason. Back to the original settings on my mic. That's weird. Alright. I don't know what people didn't hear before. Shoot. That's embarrassing. Just a little recap so far. Man, that sucks. I had no sound. Just a little recap so far. Talked about Spider-Man No Way Home and how I hope it's good and I hope that they make Spider-Man a man, not make him a kid anymore. I'm probably have to cut all this down to here. I probably have to start from right here. But I hope they make him a kid. Hope they make him a man, not a kid anymore. Basically, just a little rant on the MCU, how it's going. Hawkeye. My weekend, how that went. My weekend went well with Thanksgiving. Hope you guys had a good Thanksgiving out there. Had a little fun on Friday night. Not too bad, not too shabby. On the way to California last week to my parents' house, I almost ran into a ditch because a man's tired sometimes. I had to drink a little energy drink. But my drive back yesterday was I didn't like it. And I did talk about Hawkeye. I talked about Hawkeye. I just saw like a couple of clips from it showing Kate Bishop from like when she was a child watching Hawkeye take on Loki's army in New York during the Avengers events of Avengers. And that was pretty much it. I probably have to start this stream from right here. But then I went on to go talk about Seth Rogen and how much an idiot he is. So I'm going to go back to that. All right. Here we go. Anybody want to say anything about Hawkeye before I leave? Hawkeye is, well, I haven't watched it. I don't pay for Disney Plus. So you won't be seeing any Hawkeye reviews out of me anytime soon. Sorry. All right, go back to this idiot Seth Rogen. Right quick. Sorry for the technical difficulties. I didn't know that actually happened. And more people outside playing around. All right, let's go. Guess I'll be behind a little bit longer. Going back to Seth Rogen now. Hopefully this mic doesn't mess up. Just a little recap. So Seth Rogen's an idiot. I used to live near big cities. Still do. I used to live born in Milwaukee. Used to live near Chicago. Used to live in the middle of San Diego and Los Angeles. Still live in Phoenix now. So all I know about the big city life and how crime can be crazy in those big cities. So this fellow YouTuber, I guess went on Twitter and had a break-in with his car. And Seth Rogen responded with defense for the city angels. So basically, this YouTuber, Casey, I'm just calling Casey. I can't even pronounce his last name. I don't want to hack up his last name. So all cars got robbed this morning because LA is a crime-ridden third world as whole of a city, but tremendous appreciation and gratitude to the hardworking officers at LAPD West LA, who not only arrested the idiot, but they got all of our stolen goods back. This is confirmed true. Now, it may not be a third world country in the sense of being the third world country, but in my last few visits to the City of Angels, the second largest city in the country, there is some parts of that city that looks like a third world country. And you go all across America and you look at some of these left-leaning cities. Most of them do look like third world countries in some areas. Detroit is one of them. Milwaukee's even one of them, but they're starting to clean up their act. Chicago could be even one of them. But here's what Seth Rogen wrote back to this YouTuber. I should do a voice. I'm trying to do a voice right quick. But before I go, make sure everything's working. Make sure everything's working. Make sure everything's working. All right. Okay. We're good. Work. I'm going to try to do Seth Rogen's voice. No, I'm not going to do Seth Rogen's voice. Dude, I lived here for 20 years. You're nuts. Ha ha. It's lovely here, he tweeted back. Don't leave everything valuable in it. It's called living in the big city. That was Seth Rogen. Quotes from Seth Rogen. Seth Rogen, like I said, I think I said this before when the audio wasn't working. I used to watch some of his movies, like Pineapple Express, Green Hornet, which was only funny in the beginning due to his old ex-friend James Franco's part with I can't think of his name. The beginning part of Green Hornet with he played Blofeld in the last two James Bonds, but I can't think of his name right now. Christoph Waltz. That was the only funny part of that movie. Seth Rogen. Yes, you may have money and be rich, but not everybody has money and can be rich. Having your car broken into can suck and you feel violated. Sometimes you might even want to go find this guy. Find the people who did it. You lose stuff that you probably can't get back, especially if they took the whole entire car. And especially if they crashed the car too while jacking it. And that's a whole nother headache in itself. So, not just having anything valuable in it and saying you live in a big city, but you making it seem like it's okay for people to just jack into the cars because you live in a big city. That don't make any sense. It's the same. Somebody else brought this argument in. Young Ripper 59. Big shout out to him. But but when he covered the story, he equated to like a young, very beautiful woman wearing a skirt that could be revealing, and basically Seth Rogen will be saying like, hey, maybe you shouldn't wear that skirt. Maybe you would have got assaulted. It's like, what kind of crap is that? Yeah, it may be wrong for probably to wear that skirt. You're asking for the wrong energy, but it's not anybody else's right to harass this woman in any way. Well, physically harass this woman anyway because she just wore something a little bit too revealing. That don't make any sense, Seth Rogen. You don't make any sense, Seth Rogen. Right now, you sound like an idiot. A Class A idiot. Good. Hope we're good. But back to this article right quick, because I'm not done with him. So, the article goes on to say, with Rogen's first comments were met with mixed reaction from people who agree about big city risks. And this does not have to do with being in a big city. This can happen in freaking, less likely to happen in, let's say, Butte, Montana. Least likely to happen in Butte, Montana, because that's a small city. But this can happen anywhere. This can happen in LA. This can happen in, I'm trying to think of a smaller city. Let's say Louisville, Kentucky. This can happen in Butte, Montana. People are going to do what they're going to do. They're going to try to steal and have a come up. Because that's what we humans do. We sin and steal and do other things. Bottom line, but we ain't supposed to do it. But anyways, while Rogen's first comment, I read his second response to the YouTuber who written back, can I still be mad though, right? Feels so violated, which the YouTuber has the right to be mad. You've been violated. Somebody stole your stuff, broke into your stuff and stole your stuff. He has every right to be violated and mad about it. And here's what Seth Rogen had to say. And I guess this is really what Seth Rogen got funny. You can be mad, but I guess let me do the voice. You can be mad, but I guess I don't personally view my car as an extension of myself and never feel violated in any of the 15 or 50 times my car has been broken into, he tweeted back. 15 times? If this is true, he's probably being hyperbole, but 15 times? 15 times you got your car broken into in 20 years of living in LA. After the first time, would you want to do something different? And he doesn't personally view his car as an extension of myself. But when it comes to all that insurance and finding your car and all kinds of other stuff, that takes a lot out of you. That's a lot of other stress because you just can't go letting your car just be stolen and be gone. Especially when that's your ride to work, especially being out in LA. LA is a big place. Some people had to drive an hour, 2 hours. Some people got to drive out of LA to get to work. I know some people that had to do that. So just getting your car jacked is just like nothing. It's the same type of people who last year during, let me say this, the summer, what people call it, the summer of love, when they just decided to just do anything they want to do to people's property because they was angry and emotional. Oh, it's all right that it's just a building that's your stuff, bro. It's just a building. It's just a building. It's just your home. Let them burn it down. Oh, they burnt your home? All right. It's not an extension of your life. What? I work hard to buy that car. I work hard to buy that house. I work hard to put this business together and buy this land and buy this property. What you mean it's just a building, not an extension of myself? And never feel violated 15 times. Somebody broken into my car. What the hell are you talking about, Seth Rogen? See, this is what I'm talking about, these Hollywood celebrities. I think, being a former resident of California, I think there's something in that area of Hollywood, probably from LA on to the ocean. There's like a crack in the earth from probably, let's say, East LA to the ocean, Pacific Ocean. There's some type of crack that leads to hell that's possessing some of these people out there. There has to be, 'cause that don't make any sense. You don't personally view your car as an extension of yourself. Yeah, it may be a car, but that's sometimes people's livelihood to get to their job, to put money on their table. Food on their table. That's just like saying the house is not an extension of myself, because some people, like I said, have said that. Let me take a break real quick, see if anybody said something about this. I had to take a break. It's not the crime, it's the attitude by mayors and community groups to sin. That is true. It's very much true. It's like, like I said, I can't just say it's LA. But there's something in LA that's like a crack in the earth. I think in the 1994 Northridge earthquakes out there, I think something cracked out there in the land and just start possessing people or something out there, because some of these people are just not smart, or they just, like I said, not in tune with their fellow human at all. They don't care. They're so high up. I think that's what's going on. I might be wrong. I don't know. I might be crazy. I might have snap. I don't know. All right, but reactions to Rogan were mixed again and seemed to be left puzzled by the actor's opinion. It's not even an opinion at this point. It's just like people don't really care about life anymore, or quality of life. It's just like, oh, whatever. You got your stuff broken into. Oh, whatever. It's not supposed to happen. It's not supposed to happen every day. It's not supposed to happen 15 times. Because one of them 15 times, let's just say, what happens if you had your kid in there and somebody broke into that car and took the kid too? The kid is not an extension of your life. Your son or daughter is not an extension of your life. People are weird. Defending the quality of life in your city by referencing the 15 times your car was broken into and the possibility you may get a free weapon left by a criminal is not the defense you think it is. Nobody should accept lawlessness. No, they shouldn't. No celebrities like Seth Rogen or anyone. I guess that was a tweet that he responded back. So there's a whole bunch of tweets just responding back to Seth Rogen. Some of them say it must be nice to have this kind of privilege. Others seem to have similar views to the actors. Let's read. I'm going to read one. I ain't reading all of them. Had my car stolen in Hollywood. They found it in Inglewood a couple of days later. Do you know how far Inglewood is from Hollywood? It may be in the same area, but that's a long ways away. That means they came all, they's not looking for anything. Just up to no good in Hollywood somewhere. Jacked the car. Somewhere on Hollywood Boulevard, probably. In that area, because that area is freaking sketch. Probably drove on the 405 all the way down. Or took the streets. Because you can take the streets all the way down to Inglewood. Got on the, what is it, 615. Not 615. Dang it. My memory's leaving me right now. That's what happens when you don't live in that city in a long time. But I was just saying, you drove down the freeway, down to Inglewood. Now it's gonna bother me that I don't know this freaking name of this freaking freeway. Probably drove from, like I said, from Hollywood. Probably got their ass on the 101. Drove down to 110. Depends on what part of Inglewood they was in. Just didn't care. You don't care. But this is basically how Californians act. It's just like Californians just don't, I wouldn't say they just don't care, but they just too mellow for me. But like this guy said, I had my car stolen in Hollywood. And they found it in Inglewood a couple days later. Somebody took it for a joyride down to a Ramsgate. So they found it near Century, somewhere over there. That's where the Rams play at, with SoFi Stadium. LA is just one big old adventure all the time. Yeah, but I don't like to have my car jacked, you dimwit. Sometimes you just gotta roll with it. You know what? I gotta do something right quick. This is what that comment deserved.
Hey, boy, ain't no fucking way, boy. Boy, ain't no 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 fucking way, boy.
That's what that comment deserves. Ain't no way. So this mic is working, because now it's like doing weird stuff now. Let's see here.
Hey, boy, ain't no.
Oh, whatever. Alright, let's go on. Let's carry on right quick. Oh, man. These people out here in Hollywood. People out here in freaking California are dimwits. Sad to say I lived with some of these people for 15 years. Here's another person who tweeted, what can you do besides learning to live with it? The Twitter conversation between Rogan and YouTuber continued, but Rogan explained his car's many break-ins happened over 2 decades, a period of living in West Hollywood, and used the street park. His point, though he stressed, was the defense of LA. Also, it sucks your stuff was stolen, but LA is not some. Yes, it is. It is a shithole. As far as big cities go, it has a lot going for it. It has nothing going for it right now. Los Angeles has been a political hotbed to its crime rates, homelessness, and more recently, smash and grab incidents at malls and retail stores, I think they meant to say, in the region. Guys, let me check this out. Turn this off real quick. Bottom line is, Seth Rogen is wrong. In all different shapes and forms. Just the attitude and what he says and that whole tweet was just wrong. LA is not doing well, as people might think it is. And I don't think it's not done well. It's not been doing well in the last couple of years. Now, I'm sitting here early in January, sitting in Miami like, damn, Miami seems better than LA. Because I think Florida, and I ain't saying Florida don't got no crime. We know Florida got crime too. And we know Miami got crime with a city like that. But at least whoever runs Miami politically has the city at least looking decent. Like, I don't know all the scopes of it because I only been there one time. So I don't really know what the residents are saying out there about their city. I only know about LA because I've lived there for too long. And I know that city's been a garbage hole for the last almost 10 years now, probably even more than that. And they have done nothing to change it. Like I said, there's homelessness. And now with all these left-leaning policies, criminals can do whatever the hell they want. I think it was in San Francisco too. San Francisco even worse. But I think they just taking stuff out of stores and not giving a damn. Nobody can do anything. Thank God I live in Phoenix. At least they care about keeping people safe and people's property safe and not people having to break in. But sheesh. Come on, Seth Rogen. But once again, lots you can do. Lots you can do in what? I may have missed that part, Daisy Divine. But LA ain't the business no more. Let's just say that. It ain't. And as far as me moving back to California, because somebody asked me that once again, there's been gotta be like 100,000 things that happen right for me, or 100,000 things gotta happen in California and right for me in order to move back there ever again. And I don't see that happening anytime soon. Visit, yes, because I got family out there, friends and family out there, maybe some potential females. But as far as living out there, no, I'm done. I can't do it no more. So, but I still like to know what Daisy Divine was talking about, though. See here, you know you can do that. All right, let's go on to the next section now. Shoot. This next subject has something to do with Batman. And this is probably the last segment of the night because I said I'm not going to go too far into it. Because I will be back on Thursday with another show. In month of December, I'll get to that later. Month of December should be great. All right, let me get this, post this up right quick. Is it showing? Let's see here. 100,000 things to do to go wrong, like 100,000 Benjamins land in your bank. 100,000 Benjamins? No, there's no amount of money. That's a hard one to think of. 100,000 Benjamins. Let me do the math on that. Right quick. You just made that comment just interesting right there. Let me see something right quick. So I need more comments like this. 100,000 Benjamins, huh? I don't know why I did the math on that. Oh, I think I did the math on that right. 10 million? I'm going to need more than 10 million to move back to that state. You can fly through 10 million in California. You can think about it. You can buy a house. That's already 2 million right there. Depends where you buy it at. I'm going to need more than that to happen. I'm going to need to actually run the state. Just to ensure that it's done, that the state is back up to code. Because right now, it kind of is its own country right now. They can do anything they want. But you need to get rid of some of the idiots out of there that are ruining that state. That's the main issue. It's not so much the people itself. I think, I don't want to say him, but what's his name? Oh, I want to say what's his name. Eric July, Young Ripper 5'9", says it perfectly. It's a culture thing with what's going on now, especially in California. I think if you change the culture of just that Californian culture, and you change it to more of a moderate mindset when people are not freaking like lemons or being stupid out there, maybe you can change California around. But it's gonna take more than 10 million for me to move back out there. Way more. I'm gonna need to rule the state. to ensure something that goes wrong. Wealth is the reason people go to cities, but in the end, wealth is like that could make things go wrong. Yeah, I think we've seen that so far. That wealth is the reason why things have gone wrong, because people have gotten greedy, and it's also the same reason. No, I'm not gonna go there. That's a topic for a different stream, a different genre, YouTube. I'm not going there with that one. I was about to say, no, I'm not even gonna say it. Well, if I had 10 million, I would live in Texas and Florida. Yes, if I had 10 million, I would live in Texas and Florida. Shoot, I'll be in Florida and Miami. I'm not gonna go too far. What I would be doing in Florida if I had 10 million. First of all, about a freaking maybe a condo, maybe a couple of cars. But in my let's say lunging time, I don't think I'm gonna share what I would do if I was living in Florida as a millionaire. I don't think you want to hear that. Like I said, that's a different topic for a different time. Get rid of this. Stop screen. All right, let me add this last story on right quick. But good conversation. I like that. Let me add this on real quick. Shoot. Texas too, if I had 10 million living in Dallas. Houston. Like I said, I don't want to go with, I don't want to talk about what I would do if I lived in Dallas, Texas, or Houston, Texas, or Miami, Florida. I don't think you guys are ready for that one. Shoot. All right, like I said, the next topic is dealing with Batman. So, like I said, I've been seeing this going on for the last probably week or so, and I laugh every time I see it. It's just like the CW just keeps digging themselves in a bigger and bigger hole each time. I don't think the CW, the creators, the CW don't know or realize that DC properties on your channel within your company are pretty much down the hole. You had something great with Arrow. Maybe in Flash, but you ran nails into the ground. I haven't watched the CW show. Well, I haven't watched the CW DC show probably since 2016 or 17. The only really show I watched on CW was Supernatural all the way up until the end. But let's see this. See the CW's Batwoman take on Poison Ivy in all her glory. Poison Ivy is one of Batman's and DC Comics' most famous, not to mention glamorous villains. Has not much luck breaking back into live action after 1997's ill-fated Batman and Robin. Batman and Robin is funny though. Batman and Robin with Arnold Schwarzenegger is funny. It's so bad that it's funny. But notwithstanding a role in TV's Gotham. I haven't watched Gotham. Not interested. But after researching the comics over the years, being part of Harley Quinn's Circle of Love on an animated show series on HBO Max, it's only a matter of time before the diabolical botanist will blossom again. But her appearance in Batwoman Season 3 may not come how most fans expect. Because we all know CW and even just more modern, not just in recent times when it comes to DC and Marvel, they seem to can't do the characters justice. Thank God for Ghostbusters Afterlife. Thank God for that. And if you haven't seen Ghostbusters Afterlife, you should go see it. It was a great movie. All right, back to this article. Over the last several episodes, I skipped one. On Friday, the CW unrevealed the first photo of Nicole Kane, who plays series regular Dr. Mary Hamilton, as Poison Ivy. I already watched this, so I barely even watched Batwoman. I tried to do reviews on it, and I almost wanted to freaking slap myself silly, run myself into a wall a dozen times over, because it almost gave me a nervous breakdown. I advise you guys not to watch Watchmen on HBO and watch Batwoman in the same setting, because both of those shows were done terribly wrong, and it almost gave me nervous breakdown. But over the last several episodes, Mary has become more and more frustrated with her supporting role to Batwoman. But after she's affected by one of Pamela's Isley's vines, the real Poison Ivy, not this. I'm gonna get into that. Mary gets her chance to claim some power for herself while taking on the mantle of Poison Ivy. They just love taking mantles from white legendary characters. They seem to get a big old you know what over that. At the end of Batman Season 2, original hero Kate Kane taking over for Ruby Rose. They got a new Kate Kane, which I didn't even know. Anointed Ryan Wilder, played by Javincia Leslie, which is a very odd woman. She's a very nice woman. I don't know why God can play me a woman that looks like that in front of me. Okay, enough of that. As a new Batwoman, before heading up to find her missing cousin, Bruce Wayne. Why is Bruce Wayne still missing? Because we don't like the white alpha male. We don't like the white, brooding, dark. No, I wouldn't say he's dark twisted, but the brooding, dark alpha male. The freaking leader of the whole Bat family. We don't like him, so we don't show him much. Even though show his name after Batwoman. But if it wasn't for Batman, we wouldn't have Batwoman. But some reason, the writers and showrunners seem to forget that. So we're going to treat Batman, or Bruce Wayne, like he's a nincompoop. In one of the season's final moments, fans saw Poison Ivy's plants falling down the river, and a clear sign was to come. Batwoman Season 3 premiered on October 13th, while Mary's transformation only happened this week's episode. She was yet to see the real Poison Ivy. Pamela Ivy. This is like the real and fake Mandarin in Iron Man 3, who will be played by Bridget Regan. However, you know what? When they announced this, I remember them saying something about this Bridget Regan. But I didn't know they was going to go this route with, I guess, Mary Hamilton's like Batwoman's, well, Kate Kane's stepsister in a way, I think. But I didn't know they was going to go this route. However, Ashley is expected to play the prominent role in the back half of scenes, particularly with Mary now taking on the botanist's famous alter ego. She joins two newcomers this season. Renee Montoga's in it, but I don't care. So apparently, this is not the article I was looking for, but apparently, just to paraphrase what she said, what Nicole Kane said, that this was an honor, and basically the whole mumbo jumbo that these actors that are of color, not white, different races, always say when they take over a legendary white role. They always say stuff like, "Oh, it's always a good chance to be a hero for people who cannot see themselves in these white characters." Stuff like that. Stuff BS like that, right? And that's basically what she said. But you're playing a hand-me-down role. Do you know that? You're being treated as a hand-me-down. And I say this about black actors who take mantles from, once again, legendary white characters. You're being a mantle. I mean, not a mantle. You're being a puppet. You're being a freaking goon. You're being basically just a piece of propaganda agenda to these people. These people do not care about you. They just want to put that agenda out there. You act like they're giving you a voice. But here's the thing, and I said this a million times over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. Me being a black man, growing up in Milwaukee, I might say, where in some areas of Milwaukee, you being a freaking comic book type of person, or just even like Star Wars, you get made fun of, but that's not the point. But me being a big fan of Batman and Spider-Man, if you look at them and you look at me, two of them are white, one of them is black. But you know what? I didn't give a damn if they were white or black or Asian. I didn't give a damn about that. The characters were cool, but these idiots do not seem to get that. I don't get it. Let's see, read some comments right quick. SJWs don't care. They make the same shows if it's Batman, Superman, Aquaman, or just a bunch of ordinary people. SJWs have no talent. That's the problem. They have no talent. They have no foresight. They have no vision. They don't got none of that at all. They can't make crap. That's why Marvel and DC are garbage. That's why Star Wars is garbage. Because they don't have. That's loud. Sorry. They don't have no forevision or foresight or anything like that. Watchmen is an ugly and dumb show. I watched the first episode and I said I was done. Once they tried to go that freaking racist role, I was like, I'm done. I can't watch this. And some black people just like watching that type of stuff. I'm like, Watchmen wasn't built on race. Yes, it was built on somewhat what was going on during the time when it was made, but it wasn't in your face. They still kept it in the realm of superheroes. Watchmen, the TV show, didn't do that. They kept it in the political social realm and basically killed the whole audience. Only the audience was left over was a bunch of freaking NPCs and other crap. Yeah, they love to appropriate white culture. They keep doing it. Some people cry when Chris Pratt was cast as Mario. Ain't Mario white? Was Mario supposed to be black or something? Or Asian? I know Mario's supposed to be Italian, but come on. Chris Pratt is still white. Wow. These people are crazy. These people are nuts. But my final thoughts on this whole Batwoman thing with Poison Ivy. Now you have two Poison Ivies. This show is already a piece of garbage. So it's unfortunate that the nice young new Batwoman cannot hold this show together, mainly because of just bad writing and all kinds of other junk that's going on. So I don't know how that show even got on to season 3, because season 2 was horrible. So how did season 3 happen? I don't know. SJWs maybe. It's sad because Batwoman ain't even supposed to be like this. Yes, Mario is Italian. He very much is, but I don't think Chris Pratt is Italian. I don't know what Chris Pratt is, but it doesn't matter. As long as his skin is white, I guess you could say. But they don't care about that. Is that what they said? Yeah, they should be an Italian playing Mario. I know it's not 100% accurate, but no, I don't even want to go down that route. I don't want to make this too much of a race issue. Nah, what the hell, I say it. I know some Italians come in different shapes, different colors and shapes and sizes. You know? Like I see some Italians that actually look like they could be Latino, but they're Italian. I think mainly due to some of the mixed racing that was going on, what they derived from a long time ago. And I met some Italians that looked like regular white people, of course. And I had relations with one that I thought she would. You know what? I don't know why I thought she was when I first met her, but she was Italian. She did look Italian, but Hollywood. But I don't know. It's confusing. Usually Hollywood, when they do cast stuff like that, they only cast to get a name out there. Really, that's what they do. And Chris Pratt is a big name, and they need a big name attached to their project. And especially, I think Mario, mainly Nintendo products are starting to ramp up a little again with the opening of oncoming opening of Nintendo World, Super Nintendo World that's coming out. I think it's already open in Japan at Universal Studios. I think they're gonna have it out in Hollywood soon, so they're trying to ramp it up. So, but that's a difficult one to get into. Yeah, Southern Italians are olive skin, which originated with Greeks. For some reason I thought it was the Spaniards who did that. I don't know. When it comes to genetics and all that, that's not my forte. I study every kind of parts of history. I shouldn't have known that, but he's probably right. But that's why some of the Greeks and Italians sometimes do be looking the same. Yeah, Nintendo's big. Yeah, Nintendo's big because of Japan. And it's soaring past Sony. And Sony, if I was Sony, I would. It's funny, Sony and Nintendo come from the same area, but if I was Sony, I'll stop trying to bring on the woke politics too, because they have done that too. Last of Us. Is it Last of Us? Yeah, it was The Last of Us. Tried to do that. But I stopped really playing Nintendo a long time ago. I think after Nintendo 64, I stopped. And I did get on the GameCube because I played the Ultimate Spider-Man game, which is probably one of the best Spider-Man games to be made. But far as Nintendo recently, I'm just not into it. But then again, I haven't been really into video games lately because there's no video game I really want to get. Like, I know there's just been a brand new Call of Duty just released, but it's just like, I don't have time to play video games. I got this channel. I still got to get the other channel. I'm booming and gooming. And also trying to write comic books and working 2 jobs and trying to have a life and work on doing other stuff. So I ain't no time to play video games like that. Last of Us 2 got banned in China. I wonder why. Shoot. But let me get into this last thing I wanted to talk about before I leave off here. Oh yeah, I forgot to say this. Thanos gets beat by Darkseid. Guess Darkseid is great. I forgot I said that in the beginning. I probably had to cut this thing up because there was no audio in the beginning. Yeah, I will be back on Thursday with another show, of course. I'm trying to make more videos. I got one big project that's coming out towards the release of Spider-Man No Way Home. But for the month of December, the only big thing I got really is these 2 videos, which is 2 videos in one, dealing with, I think I might have mentioned this before, Canon films. I got 2 of those coming up by the release of Spider-Man. For Spider-Man, what I'm going to do for Spider-Man, I don't know how I'm going to live stream the review, but I think the day of, which usually comes out on Thursday, but the day of, the day before, I probably will make the show Spider-Man oriented. Did I say that right? I didn't say that right. But make it, basically the show is just about Spider-Man mainly. But I don't know if I'm gonna live stream the review or just doing what I normally do for it. Like I said, I've been real busy lately. I still gotta get this desk up over here. I ain't put this desk up yet. Like I said, currently trying to get, actually not currently trying to get, I already got them together. I already made the characters. I already came up with the characters I have for my new, I'm just gonna call it book for right now, for my new book that I got coming out. Well, it might not, none of that might not get released until next year, but I'm already working on that. Like I said, I'm working on videos right now. Just basically trying to, like, when it comes to superheroes or just TV in general, movies in general, it's sad to see some of these characters just destroyed, but also at the same time, it gives me happiness inside to know that people still want science fiction, still want superhero type stuff, but they don't want it anymore from the establishment. And it also gives me great joy that I can come up with these characters on my own, and these characters can be mine and nobody else's. And hopefully they don't get freaking obliterated by some idiot somewhere because they want appropriation and all kinds of other dumbass stuff they got going on here with these characters. Like right now, I won't call them parodies, but they're influenced by well-established characters that we know. Not copied, but influenced by, inspirations by. I got a character that is like not so much based on Batman, but kind of has that whole Batman type feel. You know, he doesn't wear a bat costume, but has that, you know how Bruce Wayne is freaking Bruce Wayne when he's not Batman. He tries to act like the playboy, philanthropist, billionaire. And then when he's Batman, he's just freaking mean. I wouldn't say mean, but brooding and serious, stern, and don't cross the runway because he will whoop your ass. And the great detective that he is and all that stuff. Like, my character's not really a detective, but he has that playboy, pretty boy in him. And then he can turn on the whole, brooding type thing. And then, like I said, I got inspirations from everything. Like, this whole thing that I'm trying to create when it comes to this whole book thing, or comic books, whatever which one I decide to do, it's kind of everything but the kitchen sink. Like, you got your superhero type stuff, and then you got your science fiction and space type stuff, and then you got your Lord of the Rings, Game of Thrones type stuff, and then you got your, let's say, sort of like Universal Monsters type stuff. And you just got your regular, just, I'm going to go on a freaking detective mission type stuff, that type of stuff, all into one. Basically what Marvel and DC was already like about before they got ramrodded by freaking the idiots that got running it now. But I'm not going to get too much details about that. But like I said, I got characters that have been inspired by established characters. Like I said, I got a Batman inspired character, Superman. I wouldn't say a Wolverine type character. I wouldn't say, I don't got a Wolverine type inspired character, but I got characters like that. I got even characters I just like made up on the spot of my own brain out of nowhere. And some of these characters are based. I can go out. Some of these characters are like based on past experience of people I know. So I've been busy. I've been trying to get this thing together. Like I said, I probably said this on the live stream before. I've been trying to get this thing together for years, not knowing how we're going to actually do it and how it's going to be done. Because I'm a one-man band right now, hoping to get some more people attached on. So I'm probably going to say this one more time again. If you're a writer out there or you're an artist, hit me up on milwaukee7gmail.com or anywhere on Facebook or Instagram. Then we can get some business done. Like I said, I ain't got that type of money to be paying people. But if you have a vision, or not even just a vision, you just want to write or just want to draw or create art and want to do it in a comic book type setting, let me know. Because I am trying to not so much that's not even about making money right now. That's about just putting something new out there, getting rid of the old guard. Because the old guard is just destroyed now. It's done. The only way you can get DC and Marvel and even Star Wars, stuff like that back, you gotta get rid of the goofballs that are freaking ruining it, which I don't see happening. Unless you just starve them out of all their money, because it all went to independence. But by that time that happens, it's like some of these people who are making independent comic books or making novels and books with new characters and all that stuff, those people will be more elevated now. Nobody gonna listen to Marvel and DC anymore. But that's all I gotta say. I know some people are probably coming in here late. I wasn't gonna be on here forever. I probably had to edit this whole stream out because half of it got freaking taken out because of no audio. But that's all I wanted to share about that. What I got coming down the line. Let's see here. I got any more comments down here? I think I read all these comments so far. Let's see here. But that's all I pretty much wanted to say on a special Sunday night edition of Franchise Talks. What I got coming this week will probably be a surprise. Another show will be on Thursday. I wish I could do a show every day, but I don't think that's going to happen. But let's see here. Thanks for the chat. Thank you too, Daisy Divine. You're welcome. But like I said, I got to go. I gotta get to the gym. Gotta burn off all that turkey. I ate too much turkey. Drunk too much. Drunk too many margaritas. Drunk too much. Yeah, that was a wild weekend, but a fun weekend. But with all that being said, like the stream people on the playback. I don't even know how I'm gonna do it on the playback. I probably had to, like I said, I probably have to edit it. That sucks. But like the video, share, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done it already. And if you're new here, especially subscribe. I've been stuck here forever at 317. I think freaking YouTube is shadow banning me. Cause I don't think they like what I say, but I gotta get out of these hundreds and get to the 1,000. But peace be with you all. Hope you guys had a nice weekend, nice Thanksgiving. And then y'all stay safe out there and lock your car doors and houses. Because we don't want Seth Rogen talking about, oh, that's nothing. You live in a big city. It's okay to get robbed and get your car broken into. We don't want that happening. So with all that being said, peace.